Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel. If this is your first time, we broadcast twice a day, 7 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Saturday. We don't broadcast on the Sabbath.
Right. And today we're talking about a health topic, perfect topic for the summer. Because I don't know about where y'all live, but we're in the 90s to 100-degree weather time, so it's kind of miserable unless you got some kind of refrigerated air or some kind of evaporative cooler or something. So,
Yeah.
Good topic today.
Struggling to sleep in the heat? The good news is that a handful of easy cooling tricks can help your body stay comfortable and make hot nights far more bearable. When temperatures rise, sleep often suffers. Hot nights can make it harder to fall asleep, increase waking during the night, and leave people feeling less rested the next day. One reason is thermoregulation, the body's ability to keep its internal temperature within a safe range. Sleep is closely linked to body temperature. To fall asleep and stay asleep, the body usually needs to lose some heat. Hot bedrooms make that harder. Would you like to know more?
Okay, this is a big topic with a lot of people too. We don't have a lot of humidity here in the desert Southwest, but I know a lot of places do, like where you are right now, right?
Yeah.
Humidity can make the problem worse. Research on humidity and heat stress shows that high humidity can increase the strain heat places on the body. The body cools itself partly by sweating, for those sophisticated people, by perspiring. As sweat evaporates from the skin, it carries heat away. And when the air is already humid, evaporation becomes less efficient. So how can you sleep better in hot weather?
Okay, so one thing I want to point out, Scott, remember we were talking offline a while ago about the attic fan and how you turn the switch on and boom, the vents go up and air starts getting sucked up.
Yeah, some people call those whole house fans.
Whole house fans, yeah. So we tried that when it was really humid, and it took the temperature. It was trying to match the temperature outside, and it was really humid inside too. So after it went from like 73 to 78, I decided, oh, this is not working. So I turned it off, and then it crept back down to 73, and we got a fan and put it up in the loft and had the fan going around. And there's a wall mount up there too. We figured we cracked that code, got that working. So yeah,
What was that? What did you say that there was up there? A wall mount?
yeah, wall mounted unit, cooling and heating unit.
Oh, like a split, one of those new split system type things?
Yeah, outside is the condenser, inside is the wall mount.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so that helped.
Yeah. Once we cracked the code on getting it to kick out cold air, yeah, it helped. It cooled the loft considerably. And then we had the fans in both the Cameron's room and the spare room just going continuously.
Okay, but you have refrigerated air in your home, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And does that work okay?
Yes.
Because that again, that's the drawback to having an evaporative cooler, or some people call those swamp coolers. Those do not work in humidity. It doesn't, because that's the idea of the evaporative cooler, using moisture, drawn air over a cooled pad, soaked pad, water, cardboard, aspen. Some people use those foam ones, foam pads, but that just doesn't fly. Dry heat, they work great. But
when we moved in, it took me a while, but a day at least. But I noticed that the humidifier was on. It was left on from the winter, because they had it going. We bought it in January. It came in March. It was still going, and then it was. That's why part of the reason why it was so humid in the house. So I turned that off when I saw that.
Oh wow. So what you're saying is that it's drier in the wintertime in your area?
Yes.
So then that's when you have to use the humidifier to keep moisture in the
Yes.
house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, obviously, yeah, shut that sucker off in the spring and the summer. Uh, huh. But then you've also talked about using those dehumidifiers you have, right?
Yes.
Those are working good, you said.
Yes. And before I hooked the garden hose up to them, I was having to change them minimum 2 times a day, and they're 25 quarts. So that's a full tank. Walk over to the sink, and then I hooked up garden hoses and ran it to the condensation floor drain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, working perfect.
Right.
All right. So to answer Scott's question, so how can you sleep better in hot weather? Air conditioning is one answer, but it's not affordable or practical for many households. According to Energy Saving Trust, the electricity unit rate under the July to September 2026 price cap, 26.11 cents per kilowatt hour for direct debit customers. A small portable air conditioning unit using about 1 kilowatt for 7 hours a night or 30 nights would cost around $62.83 in electricity alone before buying the unit.
Yeah, so that electricity rate, I'm trying to think what our peak rate is here.
Your peak rate, my peak rate there was 63 cents.
I was going to say it's north of 45 to 50 cents a kilowatt hour. And when you're talking about 105 degrees, which we're supposed to have temperatures this week approaching that, and running your air conditioning, well, first of all, Southern California Edison, bless their heart, they'll shut power down. They'll have organized brownouts, which is wrong, but they do. And, they blame it on issues with possible fire, because the power lines get too hot. Yeah, it's crazy here. They got us by the short hair. So, okay, research on overheating in homes shows that shading and ventilation can be important passive cooling strategies, reducing indoor heat without mechanical cooling. So what would that be? Don't run your dryer in the
dishwasher.
Yeah. Don't run a lot of power, your powered appliances. Don't have a bunch of lights on, unless the oven. Don't cook, barbecue, cook outside. There's a lot of things you can do sometimes it can be a little inconvenient. Keep your house that's on the sunny side, keep those blinds closed. Your window coverings closed. Open them up on the cool side of the house. So, our house faces east and west, so we're constantly worried about that. We'll open up the windows in the morning, but then as soon as the sun comes up, we got to close the windows or close the coverings, and then we open up stuff on the east side or west side and flip flop. So anyway, before cooling the air, then it helps to reduce the heat entering the home. Overheating usually comes from sunlight entering through windows, known as solar gain, and warm outside air. You mentioned your whole house fan. I've never had one of those, but I've been in homes that do, and they usually crack those things on early in the morning, maybe even before the sun comes up, just like before sunrise. They suck that cool air in, but then again, you got humidity that's just drawing it in. I mean, you're just drawing it in, right?
Yeah, it makes it sticky.
Yeah. Or use it in the evening, when things are cooling off in the evening. But anyway, so.
All right, these 8 steps can help keep bedrooms cooler before nightfall. Number 1, block sunlight before your bedroom heats up. And this is the reason why, Scott, I installed that for the solar right against my bedroom in California. We installed the wooden overhang, I guess what you call it. It was connected to the structure, it had columns going out.
Right.
That twofold, it collected energy from the sun and it blocked the sunlight from heating up the bedroom.
Right. Yeah, because your house, same thing. Your house faced east and west.
Yeah.
So,
On,
uh,
on sunny days, keep curtains or blinds closed on sun facing windows. This reduces sunlight entering the room and heating up floors, walls, and furniture. External shading, such as shutters, awnings, or shades, can be even more effective because it stops some sunlight before it reaches the glass.
be careful with windows. If the outside air is hotter than air inside, opening windows can bring in heat. That's what I was just talking about. Open windows when the outside air is cooler than indoors, often early in the morning, evening, or overnight. Close them during the hottest part of the day if the outside air is warm. Yeah.
Yeah,
The other
so
problem, the other problem with leaving windows open at night is it all depends on where you're living, right?
right. That's why we never opened our windows at night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do that either.
I wanted to actually get some sleep instead of
Yeah,
worrying about someone coming in.
yeah.
Okay, number two, cool your home with cross ventilation. Cross ventilation means opening windows or doors on different sides of a home so air can flow through. When outdoor air is cooler, this can help remove heat that is built up indoors. Studies of passive cooling in homes have found that nighttime ventilation can reduce overheating, although effectiveness depends on the building, outdoor temperature, safety, noise, and air quality.
Yeah. Number three, prevent heat buildup in hot rooms. We were just talking about that too. So, like your kitchen, uh, anywhere where you're using a lot of lights. Conservatories can become very hot because sunlight passes through the glass and warms the surfaces inside. Yeah, glass is a terrible insulator, right? It's
Yeah.
just terrible. Keep them ventilated during the day and, where possible, close internal doors between the conservatory and the rest. This must be some kind of a British conservatory. I've never heard of that term used for a home, but and the rest of the house. What is that conservatory? Is that like your living quarters or living room or
Yeah, I
whatever?
don't know. I think
Yeah,
this is British. Yeah.
yeah. Reflective films, blinds, shutters, awnings, and shaded roofs can all reduce heat gain. Yeah.
Loft spaces and top floors can also become hot because roofs absorb solar heat. Loft ventilation or reflective roof materials may help in some homes, although these are usually more substantial interventions. For example, solar panels on the roof can generate electricity and at the same time act as a barrier to reduce heat transfer to the building. That's what I did.
Yeah. Uh, and windows, if you got single pane or even old dual pane windows, you might want to think about an upgrade. And I know there's a lot of places that'll give you some kind of a tax credit for that if you replace your windows. We did that it was last year or the year before last. I think it was last year. And we've noticed a big change, not only in heat transfer and insulation, but sound. So, okay, number four, is that where we're at here?
Yep.
Sleep in the coolest room available. Uh, if your bedroom is on an upper floor or faces south or west, it may be one of the hottest rooms in the house. Heat rises through the building, and sun-facing walls and rooms or roofs can continue releasing stored heat after sunset. During a heat wave, sleeping on the ground floor or north-facing side of the home may help. Yeah, so this wall right behind me here is the adjacent wall to our garage, and our garage is just a smokehouse. It just gets really hot, and so sometimes in the afternoons, it's where I'm sitting right now. You can feel the heat coming off that wall. So I'm hoping that they insulated it when they built it. So
Yeah, so growing up in Bay City, I remember all us kids in the summer, we'd bring our beds down to the first floor out of the second floor and we'd sleep on the floor overnight.
oh wow.
I remember that.
Did you have a basement?
No.
Yeah, that's another escape place, right? You can go down to the basement. That's usually
Yeah.
10 to 15 degrees cooler than the.
All right, number five, cut indoor heat and humidity. Ovens, dryers, washing machines, and dishwashers can all make indoor spaces warmer. Cooking and drying clothes indoors can also increase humidity, making it harder for sweat to evaporate.
On very hot days, use heat producing appliances earlier in the day or later in the evening. And again, that not will only help you heat from heating your house, but it'll also help you in in your wallet, because that's when the peak hours are, right? Later in the afternoon and stuff. Use extractor fans when cooking or showering because they remove warm, moist air before it spreads through the home. Extractor fans, we call those circulating fans. So, I don't know. Research on moisture movement and extractor fans has shown that fans can reduce the movement of moisture from kitchens and bathrooms to other rooms.
Number 6, choose bedding that keeps you cool. A review of sleepwear and bedding fiber types found that bedding and clothing can affect thermal comfort during sleep. Light, loose sleepwear and bedding can help the body lose heat. Cotton and linen are often comfortable because they absorb moisture and allow air movement, although fabric weave, thickness, and moisture handling also matter. Avoid heavy bedding, thick duvets, and tight synthetic fabrics that trap heat and moisture.
Yeah. Number 7, use fans the right way. Evidence on electric fan use in hot weather suggests that fans can be useful in many hot conditions, but their safety depends on their temperature, humidity, age, hydration, and health. Fans do not cool the air, they move air across the skin, which can help sweat evaporate and make people feel cooler. Like I got this little puppy going on right now, little fan. So
in very high temperatures, especially for older adults or people who are dehydrated or unwell, fans alone may not be enough. If using a fan, drink water, avoid directing it continuously at the face while sleeping, and stop using it if it makes you feel hotter, dizzy, or unwell.
yeah, and number 8, try simple low-cost cooling solutions. Reusable ice packs, freezer blocks, or cooling pillows may help some people feel more comfortable. Wrap ice packs in a cloth or place them on a tray to avoid condensation soaking bedding or direct cold contact with skin.
Cooling mattress toppers and bedding that use water or phase change materials may also help. These materials absorb, store, and release heat as they change state, although cost and effectiveness vary. In hot weather, better sleep starts long before bedtime.
The most effective approach is usually a combination. Block sunlight during the day, ventilate when outside air is cooler, reduce heat from appliances, sleep in the coolest room available, and use bedding that allows the body to lose heat. So there you go. Good advice.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that article, they're obviously put a lot into it, and yeah, all those things I can attest to. There's a lot of those things that we've used here and adopted here. So good stuff.
All right, folks, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. Have a great day.